Good morning. This is Talent Talk for Monday, November 23rd. I'm Jurgen Robinson. With me today, we have Davey Clarity.
Woo! Good morning.
Morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Good to see you. What's that?
You said Thanksgiving week.
You know what? It feels as though we're missing somebody. Who could that be? Steve? Is that you?
That's me. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody.
Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm in the middle. Hey.
Yeah. What?
I feel cozy.
I feel like I need to zoom out just a touch because I seem to be having a hard time placing myself in that window. So
my head is bigger than all of your heads, but it's all good.
All right. So we've got a good day coming up here. A lot to talk about, something very special to talk about, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Like we're in Thanksgiving week and, so usually we talk about more real estate and industry things, but we thought it'd be a lot more appropriate this week to have a little bit more of a Thanksgiving theme and holiday theme as we're going into the holidays.
And thank you for David and Donna for showing up today this morning.
Yes. And Steve and I were talking before the broadcast. Hey, Pat. We're talking this morning before the broadcast about getting ready for the holidays, and he got his Christmas decorations up this weekend, right, Steve?
I did. I mean, this is the earliest I've ever had it up. I mean, just ready.
Yeah. We did the same. Jerry got up on the roof. No ideas, Jurgen, per Donna, but he got up. He put we got lights up this early. Also, this is the earliest in Clarity history that we've got lights up. So.
No, not a
little longer.
Jurgen?
No. Actually, made some room in the garage to start getting everything ready again. So yes, it is time.
It is time. Yeah. So as we move into our themed holiday show or broadcast, Steve, we actually have a trivia question about Thanksgiving, don't we?
We do. It's Thanksgiving Day week, so we just kind of lead off with a little fun trivia fact for you. So, which president officially declared Thanksgiving as a national holiday? So, is it A, George Washington, B, Thomas Jefferson, C, Abraham Lincoln, or D, James Madison? Drop your answer in the comments, and we'll bring you the answer at the end of the show.
All right. Do you know the answer to that question?
I know I don't.
No. Come on.
We have a 1 in 46 chance in getting it right?
1 in 46. I thought it'd be like 1 in 25% chance here.
It's all good. So are we ready to introduce our guest for today?
I think so.
All right, let's do this. So, as we're getting into the holidays, as we mentioned, it is just timely just to talk about what some of the things that are going on in our communities. And this group actually just finished a turkey drop this past week and are now moving headstrong into the holiday season with another event for the holidays. So we are going to bring on a special guest or a couple of special guests today, one of which has been the lead, the Soldier and Family Readiness Team lead for the last 13 years for the Washington Army National Guard. And her name is Deborah Discolo, and also her partner who has been working alongside her for the last few years. And they do a lot of great things for our military communities and not just the National Guard. So we're going to bring them on and to talk about this amazing event to kick off towards the end of the year. And let's welcome Deborah and Kimberly. Hey, I'm like mumbling back here. I was rapping to the music. So thank you. So welcome. We have Deborah and Kimberly on. They are joining us via voice today. And thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Hey, great photos. Thank you so much for sharing those. That's awesome.
We had actually the photos that were on were from last year's holiday magic event that you guys have hosted year after year. Can you tell us a little bit about what holiday magic is?
So holiday magic is set up where the military families are able to come through, get a holiday deal, and get toys for their children. We found that there's a huge need, especially this year, with our National Guard soldiers transitioning from their military side of the house, civilian side of the house. They typically do 2 days during the month and 2 weeks a year. Especially during this time, they're being called up to be on COVID orders, to also do it, a variety of things, fire patrol, you name it. They lose a lot of funding during that time frame as well.
Yeah. We kind of alternate some questions for you here. And you mentioned it this year in particular, just like we see all across the nation, there's a lot of need. It is a very heightened need for a lot of families. Military certainly not excluded within that. There are a lot of different programs that are set up to help military families, but your program is a little bit different in the way you serve the needs, right? And if you could, how is it? Who are you serving, and how do you serve just a little bit differently than some other programs that are set up?
The way that we have our program established, there's many programs out there that serve the active duty components. Ours in particular, we serve the Guard, the Reserve, the veteran population, and Gold Star families. We also allow them to self-refer and not have to go through leadership to be able to sign their family up.
Yeah, and so when you say self-refer, you're saying that the families are actually able to take a look at their own needs and figure out when they need that help and service, they can actually just come, right?
Absolutely, and we want to give them a sense of preserving their privacy, so they don't have to go through a leadership chain to let them know that they're struggling. And at the time, whenever they come to our event, we also offer other resources. So hopefully we can get them in a better place for next year, so they're not someone that would be back the following year.
That's fantastic. I mean, a need is very personal, isn't it, Steve?
Oh, sorry. There you go. I got muted myself for a second there. So, Deborah and Kimberly, talking about the event, where and when is the event hosted?
Well, we have a large-scale event that we do here on Camp Murray, but we have a variety of little mini locations that they'll do events. They'll do events from Spokane all the way to Vancouver. The Camp Murray event has grown, and like, Davina had stated, in the last 13 years, the program has grown, and we found that we're getting a lot more clients coming through the door now. And our program is December 8th. And our program is open on December 8th, and then our last day is on the 10th for families to come and shop.
Okay. So, and this is really good when you talk about families coming to shop. And we volunteered last year with you guys, and you had, there was a ton of toys and families with needs, and different rooms set up for different age brackets. And it was just I think it was a great experience for our team to be a part of that. So if someone is just curious, about how to participate, whether, it's toys or time, like what can they do to help?
So if you want to participate as a veteran or a Guard family or a family that's interested in receiving toys, you need to go onto Eventbrite to sign up. And through Eventbrite, I send you a confirmation reserving your time slot. And this year's a little bit different because you get a half-hour time slot, whereas before we had more people coming through in a different time period. But COVID kind of changed that because of social distancing. If you want to volunteer, you have to email me so that way I can make sure that we stay within the guidelines and we don't have too many volunteers per classroom, because like last year we were able to put 3 volunteers per classroom, and this year I can only have 1 volunteer in each classroom and 10 volunteers on the drill floor. If I have more than that, it puts us outside of the social distancing guidelines and I can get into, well, not into trouble, but you don't want to interfere with that. And so this year you can email me at washingtonfamilyprograms@gmail.com.
Okay, washingtonfamilyprograms@gmail.com, and that is to volunteer for the event.
And Davina, I'll send you that email after this.
Okay.
I'll make sure that you have that.
Okay, and we will definitely share. We did just put up the email address onto the broadcast, so if anyone has any questions, they can get in contact with you directly. And so, in regards to donating, like we've talked before about the need for donations. What does that look like? Is it toys? Is it money? What do donations look like this year?
For us, right now, what we need more than anything is we need toys. We have a huge shortage of toys this year. Last year, we had donors coming out. Everyone wanted to help and everyone wanted to assist. But this year, I know that many businesses are down. Finances are tight this year. And we ended up having a couple of organizations that were our large donors. $7,500 was cut from the program just this year alone. So which is huge. It's a huge hit for our program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year when volunteering for the program, I was actually really surprised that it's not like walking down. It's kind of like walking down the toy aisle, but it's not as though we're looking at trying to buy the most expensive toys on the at the store and put those out. It really is about just serving a need and making sure that something's under the tree or in the stocking. And many of them are they can be very simple gifts. They don't always have to be elaborate and extravagant, right? Just being able to get the donations and something that shows, even from little toy cars to stocking stuffers. I even saw like headbands and things like that. When we talk about donating toys, what is it that you're looking for on that toy donation? Excuse me.
And a large item for us, as far as we do high-end toys. A high-end toy for us is $10 to $15. It's phenomenal. We've had so many of our families came through that without this event, there would be no Christmas for their family. They would not be able to have the toys under the tree. And we don't allow children to come to the event. We only allow one of the parents to come in. We really want them to be the hero. We want them to be able to come in, shop for their child, and go out, wrap it. It's either from Santa Claus or it's from mom and dad. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah. And you are looking for that, and we just flipped it up, and Steve, I'll flip it over to you in just a sec here. You are looking for toys, but at the same time, and you're not looking necessarily for donations, but one of the things that we have, and Christy just put it up a moment ago, is we set up a link for our Foundation Heroes, so holidaymagic.foundationheroes.org. If anybody wants to donate, we can take that in as a charitable donation into Foundation Heroes, and then we can actually purchase toys to actually donate over, so we can help bridge that gap from having to go out, find the toys to give. If you just have some money that you want to give to serve those families, we definitely have a way to do that.
That would be huge. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deborah and Kimberly, talking about the families that you guys work with, how many families does your organization serve annually?
Well, I can tell you now, just specifically for Holiday Magic, last year we had 1,685 kids were able to get toys, and it was over, I want to say it was like 683 families. in total, they were able to get a holiday meal, and they were also able to get toys.
Wow,
That
that's
was last year. We just finished up with Turkey Drop. Our Turkey Drop events, we were able to assist 250 families, and that was it was like 1,200 within that family that we were able to support. So in my team, we do case management services, so short-term case management to be able to help the families. The whole intent behind this program is to really get them in a better spot, but to also give them, to make sure that they have a good holiday and that they know that their military family is here for them.
That's good. And speaking about that, it would be great, Deborah, if you could elaborate a little bit more about the programs, because, you mentioned, helping them get out, understanding, families can be in a tight spot. Donating is great, but actually educating and helping them to get out of that tight spot. Can you talk a little bit about what you do outside of just the donations of the toys to help families get healthy?
Absolutely. So whenever we do these events, we have personal financial planners that are there, that are available to be able to talk with our soldiers and our families. We have my team, which we help out with financial assistance, counselor support, TRICARE issues, legal, kind of an A to Z type shot. My team's job is to make sure that they're getting all the benefits of being in the military. We have folks that come in that assist with VA claims, to educate them on those services, a transition assistance advisor that comes in and elaborates a little bit more, letting them know to use their VA home loan, get away from those high-rated apartments. It blows me away whenever I see clients come in and they're spending $2,000 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment. We just cringe when we hear these stories. So we also have employment opportunities. So we have folks that are there as well to assist with employment for the spouse and for the service member. So those are some of the services that we offer.
Yeah. One of the things I noticed last year was that the people who were coming through were, first and foremost, everyone was really, there was a lot of happiness and a lot of gratitude, gratefulness in it. But also there wasn't a feeling of embarrassment or anything like that. The people who were there were really happy to be there. I was just surprised at what a great feeling throughout the event it was. You guys took a lot of care to do that. And with the services that you're offering, it doesn't seem at all like this is just a one-time shot. This is really focused in on trying to help people get healthy all around, right?
Absolutely. We really do want to get them in a better spot for the following year. But we don't want them, the way we've got the program set up for, like you said, whenever they come in, we really have it set up to where it's like they're shopping in a store. We're going to modify it a bit this year, but it's going to be very much, very similar. They'll still be able to come in and they'll be the ones picking. It's not like, this is what you have to have. They're going to be able to pick the items for their family and their kids.
Yeah.
We never want anybody to feel ashamed that they ask for help or that they need that assistance in that time. If you look at everybody in the world, I think everybody struggles one point or another during their life. And it should never be that you need help or be shamed for that. You should be wanting that help and bridging that divide between where do I go to get services and when I need these services, so that way when you do need them, you know where to turn to.
I love that analogy, being a bridge, not a destination, but a bridge.
Yeah, definitely. Kimberly and Deborah, you kind of mentioned, this year's going to be a little bit different in regards to COVID. And what are the programs, I guess, COVID guidelines when they're looking at coming in and getting some assistance?
So the way that we have it set up this year is I've got it slotted to where there'll only be 10 family members or service members coming through at one time. They'll be socially distanced. We'll be doing COVID screening as well as temp checks whenever they come to the door. All of our staff will be wearing plastic gloves and masks. All of the applicants that come through will be wearing masks. They will not be touching any of the toy items. We will have a provider in each one of the rooms. So each room will only have 4 people in a room at any given time. And that will be with social distancing. We will have the provider in the room wearing gloves, putting the items that the applicant can point to that they would like to have in their bag. At the end of going through a room, they will then take that bag and walk out with that. But it will be as little touching as far as, per se, like cross-contamination or anything like that. We're really trying to set it up to where, it's one touch, plastic gloves, sanitize everything. Even when we set the items out initially, it's done with plastic gloves, and they'll be, my staff will all be wearing masks. We really are, following it to the letter of the law. We didn't know if we were going to be able to do this year because of COVID and everything, but our tag and our general are very much about, they want us to do this event. They know that without this event, many of our families would be going without.
Awesome. Can you think of, I'm sure you've got, a ton, Jurgen was talking about just people coming through, and you guys have been doing this for years now. Is there a story that comes to mind where there was just a huge impact, or just anything that comes to mind that you'd like to share about an experience during Holiday Magic?
Well, I can tell you what, I'm going to be honest with you. For me, with our day in and day out, we see a lot. We don't get the fun stuff. This for us is kind of the fill you back up kind of event. I have one mom that I will remember forever. Her coming through, and we had some high-end donations. We actually ended up being able to give her 7-year-old a bike, with which is so far and few that, something like that comes through. We were able to pull her out. She was talking about, she was looking around trying to find through Goodwill and, trying to find a secondhand bike, and was really struggling trying to be able to do that. And we were able to take her out into a room for her to be able to pick from, 4 different bikes that she was able to give, to her son. And it was huge. I literally had to walk away from her because she was sobbing so hard. It was monumental. I mean, she is one of our biggest advocates for our program and was a success story. She's working now. Her husband was working at the time, but she was not. And, from our event, I really, it wasn't just the bike, but it was also the employment opportunity that she was given during the time that she was there. And I just think it was a huge help for her and her family. Do you have one that you think that was like?
I think the greatest thing about working Holiday Magic is actually after Holiday Magic. Because I live in the community and I see people, and it's always interesting when I have a bad day and I end up at Walmart or I go to Target and somebody will be there and they come up and you made my kids Christmas, and they'll grab me aside, and I don't know who they are, but they're like, you're the lady that did Holiday Magic. You're the lady who gave my kid a Christmas, because otherwise we wouldn't have had one, and we wouldn't have had a Christmas meal. And they didn't know what it was like to wake up on Christmas morning and not have stuff in their stockings. And so it's always day whenever I'm down and I'm always upset or I'm depressed or something, and then somebody grabs me aside and they give me this big, huge hug and they tell me how grateful they were. That's why I come back every single year. It's just one of those things that it keeps me going, because I know that when I'm out there and I need a hug, somebody will be there for it.
Safely, of course.
That's so good. And it transcends just, giving is the best gift that we could give during, just honestly throughout the year, but even, during this season while we're going through COVID, and people have maybe they're going through some changes within their jobs and employment, and the unemployment rates is through the roof right now. So what a way to spread some love and cheer with families. And again, this is open. It's not just the National Guard. It's open to all branches of service, and there is a number or an email, and we'll post more information as well, so people can contact and get more information from you guys.
Yeah.
That sounds great. And we don't just, I want to add too, we also help veterans and Gold Star families as well. So they're never excluded from our events either.
Yeah.
Christina had a message. What does that say?
Thank you for all you do for the military families. I volunteered in this event last year, and the amount of donations and work you all do is truly amazing. And she says, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys' time. You guys are always awesome.
You know, one last thought on my side was, I personally walked away just inspired, and it feels good when you give, and when you give of your time, not just monetarily, but give of your time, which is one of the things that you look for volunteers to help be able to serve the families. I don't know that I knew last year. I don't know that I knew last year you did all the financial planning and the help there to make sure this wasn't just a Band-Aid, but something to really help get them on their feet and get them set on the right course. I mean, that's incredible. That's thinking further than you have to.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I know last year when you talk about you had to walk away and there were tears, I know Christy too, we were in the room and we were having conversation and tears were just flowing, last year at that event. So, I mean, it really does make an impact, and we are honored to be able to have you to talk about the program, to share it as well. So thank you, ladies, so much for joining us. And everyone will be sharing more about Holiday Magic throughout the next week, a couple of weeks, as we ramp up to the event.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Deborah.
All right.
Wow, that's awesome. The amount of families that those folks are able to help out, that is awesome.
There are big needs this year.
Yeah.
Bigger than years past, for sure.
Yeah. And we have a lot to be thankful for, even as we go through this. And, what an appropriate week to kick this off. That brings us actually to our trivia question too. What is it again?
Hey guys, so today's trivia question is, which president officially declared Thanksgiving as a national holiday? Is it A, George Washington, B, Thomas Jefferson, C, Abraham Lincoln, or D, James Madison? So for our viewers online, it's actually a 50-50. They're between Thomas Jefferson and James Madison. Do you guys, any guesses on our end over here?
Well, I know it now. I want to say it's not really a 50-50 whether they got it right, though.
Didn't say that. I didn't say they got it right. Any guesses on our end?
Well, I know the answer, so it wouldn't be fair.
All right. Well, if you guys are ready, the answer is C, Abraham Lincoln.
Yep.
Yeah, I was reading. It was in 1863, I believe, is that when Abraham Lincoln actually signed a proclamation making Thanksgiving a national holiday. So.
Yeah. And so there was a little question of, was it Lincoln or was it Roosevelt? And Roosevelt does play into the equation, though, because Lincoln signed it for the last Thursday of the month, and Franklin Roosevelt moved it to the third Thursday. So Franklin Roosevelt did have a role in it, but the original proclamation was Lincoln, but Roosevelt moved it to the day we know today.
Actually, he moved it to the third Thursday 1 week, and they moved it back to the fourth Thursday because Thanksgiving is on the fourth Thursday of the month.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I didn't fully read. Thank you.
Bam!
See?
I am
And this is why we do this.
How much?
I only read like 2 lines into any paragraph. I expect all the information I need to be in the first 2 lines.
Yeah.
Even I was
Right.
We may be in 2020, but I'm living in 1939. So
Yeah, in Jurgen's world, we've already missed Thanksgiving, right?
and it was wonderful. Let me tell you guys all about it.
Oh, gosh. That's funny. Yeah, and don't forget about Foundation Heroes. So if you would like to, since Holiday Magic does not take monetary donations, we can definitely be the bridge for you. And so if you want to donate to Holiday Magic, a monetary donation can be accepted at Foundation Heroes. 100% of that donation will go into Holiday Magic, and we can purchase toys on your behalf.
Yep, absolutely.
I love it. It's the season to give.
Yep.
Especially in these times. So
yeah, and where you can. I mean,
yeah.
this whole season or this whole year has affected everybody very differently, and I know in many ways we've had some blessings in our life with comparative to the way it's impacted other people. So
Yep.
No, definitely. And not just monetary donations. I know that Deborah had been talking about that they need volunteers this year more than ever. So make sure you reach out. Both the email is in the comments and the link to Foundation Heroes. So if there's any way that you guys can help out, that would be amazing. And it's truly like what Davina was saying. I was like sitting in the back when she was talking about the story, and I was like, "Don't cry. You're about to go live. Don't cry," because it was going to that event last year. It was like this magnitude that I didn't expect. I thought it was going to be like a small room and a few gifts. The amount of gifts and donations that they're able to put together to serve the military, it was incredible. Yeah, and not just the donations with the gifts, but the help with financing and all that education that
jobs.
Yes. Oh my God, it was truly. And then meals too. I was like, and meals. It was crazy, but it truly a blessing. And I'm excited to, help out again this year.
Yeah. So the event is running December 8th, 9th, and 10th. And again, we'll keep you guys informed, and we'll post things out on our social media as well. So what else is going on in our land? Is it time to just be bold? Do we have anything else going on this week?
You know what? The updates are probably going to be quick because we've got Thanksgiving Thursday and shopping for Black Friday. So boom, there it is.
That's right. Good job, Steve. All right. Well, I guess it's time to check out.
Now it's time.
Yeah. Any Thanksgiving special plans for you guys? Or you just we've been ordered to do Thanksgiving at home with our immediate family, and we all are obedient on that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, we were going to try to do something a little bit larger, and even understanding that a family member that might be attending might be compromised in some way. We kind of changed our plans to really celebrate, small and really within the cells, just not necessarily for ourselves, but really with the consideration of other people.
Yeah. It's real. So, yep. All right. Well, guys, we love you and we are very thankful for you. And there's always something to be thankful for, even amidst, uncertainties in today. And so let's just remember that. Think about the things that we want to be thankful for. Reach out, love some people, give them a call, give them some virtual hugs, send some texts, and show you care.
Absolutely.
And of course, we're going to be bold, right?
On 3, right?
Right. All right.
1, 2, 3.
Vivo!
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, you guys.